Most people grab pasta sauce without reading the label, trusting the brand, the packaging, or the promise of authentic Italian flavor. But some of the most popular sauces in your grocery store are loaded with hidden sugars, oils, and additives that wreck your health. Today, we're exposing 7 pasta sauce brands you must avoid and what's actually safe. Pasta night should be comforting, simple, and delicious. What it shouldn't be is a chemical experiment disguised as a pantry staple. But that's exactly what happens when brands cut corners. Instead of tomatoes, herbs, and olive oil, you get a jar filled with soybean oil, cheap preservatives, and enough sugar to make soda blush. And because these sauces are marketed as traditional, home-style, or organic, shoppers never think twice. They don't realize that one serving can destroy their blood sugar, kill their energy, and contribute to inflammation they'll feel long after dinner. The truth hiding behind the label is far uglier than the packaging suggests. One of the biggest offenders is the overly sweet mass-market sauce. These jars taste good for a reason. They're engineered to. Companies add corn syrup, cane sugar, and even fruit concentrates to create a flavor that hits your brain like a dopamine button. But sugar doesn't belong in pasta sauce, at least not in the jaw-dropping amounts many brands use. A single cup sometimes contains more sugar than a chocolate bar. This doesn't just affect your waistline. It triggers cravings, mood swings, and energy crashes. Pasta already gives your body carbs. Your sauce shouldn't add another sugar overload on top of that. Cheap oils are another serious problem. Many sauces use soybean oil or canola oil because they're cheaper than olive oil. The issue? These oils oxidize quickly and contribute to inflammation. Your pasta might taste fine, but your arteries don't love these oils. Over time, they can irritate your digestive system, slow your metabolism, and increase bloating. When you see soybean oil high on the ingredient list, that's your signal to put the jar back. Sodium is another silent enemy in bad pasta sauce. Companies add huge amounts of salt to make up for low-quality tomatoes. Your body ends up paying the price. Too much sodium leads to dehydration, bloating, headaches, and long-term cardiovascular strain. You think you're just having dinner, but your body reacts like you just ate a bag of salty fast food. Then come the preservatives, calcium chloride, citric acid, modified food starch, and gums that make the sauce look thicker and richer than it actually is. These additives aren't there for your health. They're there for shelf life and texture. They make the sauce stable, not nutritious. And because most people don't recognize these ingredients, they slip right past until gut issues, skin breakouts, or digestive discomfort start appearing without warning. Some sauces even contain artificial flavors to mask the fact that the tomatoes used were unripe or low quality. Instead of sun-ripened flavor, you get a chemical version of tomato taste made in a factory. This is why some sauces taste oddly sweet or strangely tangy, even when no fresh ingredients are present. It's not your palate, it's the formula. A few well-known brands also bulk up their sauces with low-grade tomato paste instead of real tomatoes. Tomato paste itself isn't bad, but when it becomes the base instead of the supplement, the sauce loses its nutritional value. Many of these pastes contain additives that can irritate sensitive stomachs or trigger acid reflux. If your pasta dinner always ends with discomfort, your sauce might be the problem. Now that we've looked at what makes a sauce dangerous, let's walk through the 7 brands you absolutely must avoid. Each one has earned a spot on the do not buy list for different reasons, but they all share the same theme. Cheap ingredients pretending to be premium. Some brands load their jars with sugar, turning a savory dish into dessert. Others rely on soybean oil instead of olive oil, trading your health for profit margins. And many use preservatives and artificial flavors that have no place in a real Italian kitchen. You may recognize some of these brands as pantry staples, but popularity doesn't equal quality. Marketing doesn't equal purity, and convenience doesn't equal safety. The first sauce you should avoid is the high-sugar, traditional sauce found in nearly every major supermarket. The label might use words like classic, family recipe, or time-honored, but the ingredient list tells the real story. Sugar appears multiple times under different names, the tomatoes are overly processed, and the oils are cheap fillers. One serving might taste comforting, but your body suffers the consequences long after the meal ends. Another brand to avoid is the budget, chunky vegetable sauce that looks healthy because it contains pieces of peppers or onions. But don't be fooled. These vegetables sit in a base of low-quality tomato concentrate mixed with soybean oil. The chunkiness distracts from the real problem. The sauce is engineered, not natural. It's heavy on sodium, light on nutrients, and often spiked with sugar to hide the bitterness of underripe tomatoes. The third offender is the line of light or low-calorie pasta sauces that market themselves as diet-friendly. They remove fats that help with flavor and instead pump the sauce full of starches, artificial thickeners, and gums to recreate texture. The result? A sauce that tastes watery but still spikes blood sugar. These jars often contain the longest ingredient lists because so many artificial agents are needed to compensate for what was taken out. Another sauce that belongs on the avoid list is the ultra-cheap, value sauce sold in giant plastic jars. The price is low for a reason. These sauces rely on the absolute lowest grade tomato ingredients available, along with preservatives that allow them to sit on shelves for months or years. The flavor comes from additives, not real herbs or garlic. And because they're mass-produced, quality control is minimal. Every spoonful is a gamble. Next is the gourmet brand that claims to be premium but is still packed with sugar and starch. These sauces hide behind fancy fonts and gold labels, but one scan of the ingredients shows the same problems as the budget brands. When a supposedly upscale sauce still uses soybean oil, you know the marketing team is doing more work than the chefs. The sixth sauce to avoid is the spicy arrabbiata that uses artificial heat. Instead of real chili peppers, these sauces use flavorings that irritate the stomach. Combined with preservatives and chemicals, they create discomfort that feels like heartburn, but is actually your body reacting to low-quality additives. And finally, the seventh sauce to avoid: any sauce that lists more than 12 ingredients. A real pasta sauce should have 5 or 6 tomatoes, olive oil, garlic, basil, salt, and maybe onion. Once you get into gums, powders, starches, artificial flavors, and multiple kinds of sweeteners, you're no longer eating food. You're eating a formula. Now let's talk about what's truly safe and actually healthy. Safe pasta sauces share a few simple rules. Whole tomatoes instead of concentrates, olive oil instead of soybean oil, low sodium, no added sugar, and ingredients that look like they came from a kitchen, not a lab. These sauces nourish your body, protect your metabolism, and let you enjoy pasta without the sluggish aftermath. A good sauce tastes clean rather than overly sweet. It feels light instead of oily. It leaves you satisfied, not bloated. When the tomatoes are ripe and the ingredients are simple, your body responds with steady energy instead of inflammation. The safest sauces use extra virgin olive oil, which supports heart health, digestion, and inflammation control. They contain real garlic, real onions, real basil, not powdered versions made for mass production. They rely on natural flavor instead of chemicals. And because they don't rely on cheap fillers, one serving is all you need to feel satisfied. If you prefer making sauce at home, even better. A can of crushed tomatoes, a drizzle of olive oil, and a few herbs are enough to create a sauce that beats every jar on the shelf. Homemade sauce digests better, tastes fresher, and lets you control every ingredient. But if you want store-bought convenience, just follow one rule. Fewer ingredients always means cleaner food. Your pasta sauce shouldn't spike your blood sugar, overwhelm your digestion, or sneak additives into your diet. It should feel natural, taste real, and support your health, not sabotage it. Avoiding the 7 worst sauces and choosing real, simple, clean options will transform not just your pasta nights, but your energy, your gut, and your overall wellness. Because what you pour over your meal shouldn't undo the rest of the healthy choices you've made that day. The next time you reach for a jar, flip it around. Read the ingredients. Make the choice your body will thank you for. Your pasta can stay delicious and finally become healthy too. And if you thought pasta sauce was hiding problems, just wait until you see what's lurking inside your convenient frozen dinners. In the next video, we're breaking down 8 frozen meals you need to stop buying immediately, and the healthier, actually delicious options you should be choosing instead.